And so, hello, I'm so pleased to have a moment with you. I am celebrating the arrival of this gift, an eagle sent to me, which is a poignant symbol of freedom and alignment. And so it arrived in the post the other day, as did this crazy outfit that I was hoping to wear at a party. And I wanted to do an inaugural flight for the bird in honor of the fact that I feel I am ready to truly be aligned with what is being called for in terms of the marriage of my work and my passion, my missions. And it is truly about bringing the focus of what I do to helping people understand their relationship with their inner children and their relationship with their self-saboteur. For me, everybody to some degree has some self-sabotage patterns, and how they play out for you will vary. But that means there's a part inside you that doesn't want you to succeed, doesn't want to receive compliments, wants to push away opportunity, would somehow rather choose someone that won't call you back or isn't available to you. It would choose that. It's not incidental damage. This is not the product of trauma. This is the symptomology of a coping strategy in response to trauma, as an attempt to protect you from past pain. When we were let down, it was easier for us to blame ourselves, easier for us to think that that is normal, easier for us to deny our value, deny our needs, pretend that that we shouldn't care, or that it's not important, or that we shouldn't ask. And so then we have our compensation. Then we have what is the strategy we developed? We become independent. Do we become a people pleaser? My old favorite. Do we avoid life? Do we anesthetize? Do we just party hard? Like, what's your strategy? But the truth is that part of us that has blocked our potential, that will prevent us from getting what we want, loves us. There was a time where it just wasn't comfortable for us to be able to admit the truth, to hold the truth, to feel the feelings, to utter the words that we're disappointed. We need to believe that the people that are looking after us are perfect. We need to idealize them so that we can feel safe. And so we translate their behavior as being in keeping with our value. Don't shout at your kids, because they will not blame you. They will blame themselves. Don't ignore your kids, because they will not blame you. They will blame themselves. And when we were ignored, when we were shouted at, when our needs were not met, we made that mean something about ourselves. We made that mean something about life. And so there are these little parts of us, little frozen, fractured, dislocated, isolated parts of us, different versions of our inner child, lost in time, still worried about who they live with and how life is and what they're worth and should they ask for help and will their needs get met. And this collection of these different fragments of our inner children, these different parts of our soul in the cold, dealing with things that they should never have dealt with, without the support. Most things, actually, many of us have already come to terms with. Most of us have already come to terms with the context of forgiveness. We've done loads of work on forgiveness, but we haven't actually found the part that's denying that anything was wrong in the first place. We cannot forgive that which is repressed and denied. So we have to bring to light these little parts of ourselves, sit down with them and learn to speak to them so they will listen, and learn to listen so that they will speak, and hold them whilst we help them admit that their needs weren't always met and that they deserve to be, and that they didn't need to earn love. So much parenting is conditional because we're training our children to praise them when they take developmental steps that we're trying to encourage them because we love them. But that just in so many ways communicates that they need to earn love, that they're not okay as they are, as does so many modern educational programs and systems. And so helping people find those fragments of themselves, to find those lost parts, to learn how to negotiate with your protector. If you have sabotage in operation, it is loving you, it is protecting a young version of you, and you have to learn how to love it back. This is the part that's probably caused a lot of trouble for you, cost you fortunes, pushed away people that would have adored you. And it has to be loved, it has to be thanked, it has to be deeply, deeply appreciated. And then it understands why it exists. It understands that you rather understand why it exists. And at that point, you get clearance, you get access. You can hand in hand go and find these young parts of you and sit down with them and give them space for you to finally feel the feelings that they were once too afraid to feel, to say the thoughts to think the thoughts, to say the words out loud around your disappointment and around your value, and to reconnect with your ability to set boundaries, to reconnect with your ability to ask for your needs to be met. All of the foundations that enable you to be successful in love, in work, are all available. But the most amazing thing is these frozen parts of ourselves lost in time, they're frozen in time. So their anxiety is our anxiety. Some people say, oh, I'm afraid to speak in public. It's like, well, you may be, but it's probably more likely the unresolved, repressed inner child in you that's still 6, and therefore you're taking a 6-year-old on stage to speak to adults. That part is afraid to speak on stage. And so when we integrate these parts, not only do they kind of age in us appropriately, and they integrate with us and realize actually we're way more capable than they realized, than we realized, but we also get their gifts, their creativity, their spontaneity, their sensuality, their capacity to play in the present. So inner child work is about moving from being childish, having a childish, needy response to life, and actually moving towards having a childlike response to life. With all of those gifts, with all that creativity, with all that spontaneity, with all that beauty and that intrinsic self-value. 2-year-olds don't care about what people think about them. 1-year-olds certainly don't. They don't have that kind of relationship to reality. And so returning to that freedom is what it's all about. And so if you're interested in this, I'm really excited to be running a 30-day challenge on loving your inner child. It's called Shine Fire, because your inner child is the access point to your self-love. It's the foundation of it, but it also enables you to directly connect with your gifts, but also it's what enables us to be able to have a blissful spiritual relationship with reality. It's like free your past, free your future, but also free your spirit. It enables us to have that sense of interconnected divine bliss. If we're still holding on to resentments or fears or imaginary inadequacy, that really blocks our ability to feel our spirituality. And spirituality is not theoretical. It's not about becoming more considered and contained. It's about becoming more joyful and celebratory. That's very hard if our inner child is still heartbroken. And so taking that part by the hands, bringing it home, is what these 30 days are all about, and giving it a chance to express itself and enjoy life and wear crazy coloured suits if it wants to on some random Monday morning. So I really hope you'll join me. I'll put the link in the comments below. It's called Shine Fire, 30 days. And it's a beautiful journey to finding, reassuring, integrating, and flying free with your inner child. In your heart, loving life because you're loving it, which enables you to love yourself and enjoy your life much more easily. So I hope you'll join. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. I've been running these online groups now for the last 6 months, and I'm blown away at how beautiful they are. I've got some lovely exercises. It won't overload your to-do list. It's not about giving you loads of homework. It is about making sure that you are prioritizing your self-love via the medium of this beautiful inner child healing. So sending you so much love. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, private message me. I'm really, really happy to give you more information if you want. Sending you all much love on this Monday morning. Hope you have an amazing, afternoon now, right? I hope you have an amazing day. And if you're watching this in another country, it could be any time. And yeah, just anytime you're feeling like you're over responding to reality, trust this is coming from something unresolved. To find the child within and to love it into integration, and the gifts therein can blow your mind. You know, some people say to me, yeah, I've done some inner child work. Yeah, I did a couple of sessions a few years ago. It's like, if you get the power of inner child work, you are constantly working on your relationship with your inner core, your inner childlike nature, and returning to your innocence and your purity. It's not a 2-session thing. It's a lifetime relationship to the best friend within, and that never ends. All love.